breaking news.
Yes.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah.
So the little girl, we reported on GB News yesterday, was stabbed repeatedly. She was near a Lego store on Leicester Square, in London's Leicester Square, major tourist attraction, Leicester Square, with her mum. She's now been identified as an 11-year-old with a mum tourist from Australia. Now, that is... What sort of signal does that send out to the rest of the world? And I was looking, in last year, 1.2 million Australians came to Britain last year, spending £1.6 billion. They're a huge part of our tourism industry.
And weren't Australia one of the countries that did put out a warning about travelling to the UK because of the riots and things like that? So it's just, you just can't imagine, can you, going on holiday, taking your child to the queuing outside a Lego store.
I know that Lego store very well, and there's always a queue there. I've been in there myself, actually, to buy Lego for nephews and nieces. But she was stabbed repeatedly in the face and in the armpit, and it was a security guard nearby who disarmed. Well, I think he literally sat on the attacker for 4 minutes until the police got there.
Young lad called Abdullah.
That's right, yeah, and he's been hailed a hero. It's an extraordinary story, but what a terrible thing for Mum, who was covered in blood as she was trying to save her daughter.
Well, she was trying to protect her child. I mean, this was just a random attack, as far as we're aware so far. There is no known relationship between the attacker and the victim. The alleged attacker has been arrested and charged, and is a Romanian of no fixed abode.
That's right.
But also, I believe, has a child in this country. So it's just the absolute horror of it, and you know, that excitement of coming over on a holiday and this happening, and it's just, how does this happen? How is this still happening?
She's going to need plastic surgery because she was held in a headlock and stabbed 8 times with a steak knife. She's going to have to undergo plastic surgery. That was according to the court. The attacker has been named as Ion Pitaru, 32, of no fixed abode. He's been charged with attempted murder of the child in Leicester Square. He was held by members of the public. Mark White, who's our Home Security, joins us. It's always shocking, but to think that this is a little girl on holiday with a mum from Australia, Mark.
Yes, indeed. Like so many people in Leicester Square, just visiting that. 2.5 million people a week pass through Leicester Square. It is an iconic site for people. It attracts so many people to that area. And that's why it's particularly shocking, because it's known to so many people. But you're right, Australia, from New South Wales, this 11-year-old girl is from... she was there with a 34-year-old mother, just touring around the square when this attack happened. And we heard at Westminster Magistrates Court yesterday that this Romanian national, Leon Pintaru, is alleged to have grabbed this 11-year-old in a headlock before repeatedly stabbing her, according to the prosecution, 8 times around the face, the neck, the upper body, her wrist. And the latest from the hospital, from sources there, suggests that she will require plastic surgery. So it's absolutely horrific, of course. And, you know, that doesn't even begin to address the mental trauma that she will have suffered in this attack as well. It's a live case, of course, so we have to be a bit careful. But this 32-year-old Romanian national was remanded back into custody to appear at the Old Bailey. He'll appear at the Crown Courts for his next court appearance. But as far as the motive is concerned, we didn't hear much about that. Police had said that they are not treating it as a terrorist attack, but quite what the motive is that will go eventually before the courts. We'll have to wait and see. But an absolutely horrific incident.